Dina. Good afternoon to all. I wish once again to be very useful this year, as we have been trying to do, always trying to do, vis-à-vis Greek companies, adjusting all the data and situations to the size and capacity of Greek companies. I would like, therefore, on the occasion, to start taking a small trip and how the American market is now in the post-COVID era. So, what we see is that the economic relations USA-Greece have increased dramatically, and actually the USA is one of the top 10 export markets for Greece. And I would like to point out here that definitely this whole effort of information, awareness campaigns and penetration and information on the American market provided by the American-Hellenic Chamber, and more specifically the Trade Department, has also contributed and has paved the way in order for the USA to have become a target of Greek companies for their for exports. The trade balance was with a positive impact for Greece from 2011 until 2021 for the current year, except 2020, where it was actually the pandemic year. So we had many issues regarding supply chains, transports, exports, and so forth. USA also is amongst the top 10 foreign direct investment countries in Greece. We see, for instance, major brands such as Pfizer, Cisco, Microsoft, recently Deloitte, having invested heavily in our country with a view to creating either some hubs or innovation centers or data centers and so forth. The US companies investing in Greece actually seek, as a major result, the privatization of various services offered to the state and the broader public administration, digitalization, and also, and most effortly, the energy transition efforts made for greener and more ecological forms of energy. Furthermore, a great interest is shown in the field of technology. What we see, therefore, has a major impact and great development over the last years, with the investments affected in the so-called cloud infrastructure by companies such as Microsoft, Digital Realty, Amazon Web Services, and others. Greece focuses, as we've said, on energy transition and security issues. The last years, it has become a transportation hub for Europe. And of course, there are many other additional opportunities in the fields of renewable energy sources, in mining, gas and refinery of oil products, all the field of logistics, and all related technical professions that are involved in those sectors. Furthermore, in order to see the other side of the trade balance, the top USA exports to Greece are defense articles and weaponry, and what is actually expected to be further developed are high-tech products, biomedical products, further development of tourism and special forms of tourism, medical commodities, construction, food processing will also be important. The whole agro field will be further developed, packaging, and whatever has to do with branding, royalties and franchising sector. And we will be further developing that in the special panel we have on CCIs. Let us take a look at the American market and the typical American consumer. We see here that there has been an increase, a continuous increase by a 6% rate of consumption in the USA. And we see here that the high revenue available in new consumers who have tried spending more money than previous generations did. It might sound an oxymoron, although we see that we are in the middle of COVID and we see all those evolutions. Nevertheless, the youngest are those who are better and more integrated in the gig economy. They are familiarized, of course, with new technologies and mass communication media, how they can best exploit new technologies in order to generate income, be it in the investment sector, as it was the case in the past, with the creation of a new huge market, as was with the cryptocurrency, or in order to offer their services towards the global community, regardless of their location. This has brought about a huge booming with regard to specific individualized services offered by each youngster in the American continent. And of course, this is a major subject for the Greek reality as well. Furthermore, 60 to 70% of adults, we see that they are omni-channel consumers, and therefore we may see continuous rise in the volume of e-commerce. Nevertheless, we also have equal high rise of the brick-and-mortar business, and so have consumers that apply and use everything. They want to have many options and choices that they all use depending on their needs and the time available. Furthermore, on this slide we see that there's a great change with regard to traveling and categories regarding the out-of-home activities, out-of-home consumption. We witness a dramatic drop that has been registered due to the mutation of the Delta COVID-19 the last 4 or 5 months. That is, while we had an ascending positive trend for the onset of an recovery of the economy, unfortunately now we witness a slide again due to the Delta variant. 50% of consumers buy out-of-home products. Nevertheless, investment in homes continues. 75% of consumers continue to switch brands, and this rate is far higher, that is up to 90% among millennials and high-income consumers. So we see that there is no loyalty amongst millennials and high-income consumers. Actually, there is a continuous trend of experimenting and trying various brands which represent markets which are more niche ones than the mass markets that we used to have the previous years. Finally, what we should also point out is that on the positioning of online markets is definitely 30% higher than the pre-COVID era. Dina, I believe that we have set out the landscape. We tried to outline the picture of the market. You have the floor. Thank you.